Hello, this is Corey with Frostyfly here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to tie an interesting little pattern. It's used to imitate a Mayfly Clinger. This pattern is tied using Hemingway's realistic fly tying materials. So we have a size 8 wet fly hook in the vise. We're going to start off with 6/0 thread in brown. Start at the eye of the hook and wrap back. So first we need to kind of get a flat profile. Mayfly clingers are a very flat clinger nymph. So we're going to start off with a couple pieces of lead-free wire, and we're going to put that along the shank of the hook and just tie it in. So it's along the side. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. You just got to kind of manipulate the wire to sit how you want it. We're just looking for kind of a flat profile there. You can kind of push the wire in towards the tail there. Okay. So next we're going to tie in the tail. So we're just going to grab some pheasant tail and separate 3 fibers. Make sure they're lined up. We want them about the length of the body. We're going to tie them in at the end and then just kind of splay them out. Just make sure they sit right. That should do there. You can be as finicky as you want. In the water, it's not going to make a terrible difference. Okay, so we're going to clip that. So next, we're going to take some 5X Tippet and cut a piece of that off. This will be our ribbing. Just tie that in there. Okay, so now I've got some Mayfly wing bodies and back from Hemingway, so it just comes on a sheet. It's waterproof, UV resistant, flexible, 3 sizes and a whole bunch of colors. So these are green and size large. So I'm going to peel off a back section, so it's got a little tab on it. We're going to tie that tab in. So it starts right at the tail there. So if you look at a Mayfly clinger, on the back tail portion there's kind of gills. So we're going to get some dark brown dubbing here. And we're going to put a thin noodle on. And just dub the back section in a tight noodle, so we're not trying to build bulk here. We're just trying to cover it with the hare's ear, and I'm using hare's ear here. It's the Hare's Dubbing Plus UV to be precise, because I'm going to brush it out to get some buggy fibers to simulate the gills. So now that we're there, we're going to push our back up. There's a bit of adhesive on the back, and we're just going to push that forward. And as you can see, it stops right there. Then we're going to take our mono and carefully rib over it. This is to create a bit of segmentation and to make sure that stays there. So we're going to tie the mono, fluorocarbon here. What I like to do is tie it forward, tie it back, and this just locks it in place. And clip it off there. Take your dubbing teaser, and we're just going to tease out the fibers underneath left and right. So you can see there it's quite buggy. And then I'm going to go in with my scissors and just clean it up a tiny bit. So that creates the gills there. So for the front, we're going to get some more of our dubbing. So we're going to dub to the front of the body. Now we're going to get a little bit thicker just to create the thorax. Okay. Now we're going to take the wing back off of the sheet here. So same thing with these, they have a little tab. And we'll just tie that in right at the front of the hook. Push it back. Kind of see where it's sitting, and you can see it sits just where the tail starts. So for this next part, we're going to need some super glue. We're going to flip the wing case back and just apply a bit of super glue. Make sure it's sitting right, and then just push it down. And this will just secure it a little bit better. Make sure that it's not going anywhere. Whip finish. So now next I'm going to take Mayfly Nymph rubber legs from Hemingway's. These are in clear black and size medium. You can see they have a tab on the front as well. For this pattern at least, I grab my scissors and clip just in front of the first set of legs. So that's how you're left. Flip it over. Make sure I got a nice flat section for the legs to go onto. And when we place the legs on, we're going to place them like that. So I like to put a couple dabs of super glue into the dubbing at the front there. Place the legs, center them, push them down. And now they're secured there. Okay. So now from here it's just kind of the aesthetics. So we're going to get some thick UV resin and just put a dab on the shell case. So what I like to do is kind of build it from the front. So put a big thick dab in the front and then just drag it back. We're going to set it. So that kind of makes the wing case, all the detail and the eyes and everything kind of pop and brings a little depth to the fly. For the body, okay, so we're going to grab some permanent marker here in brown and just kind of model the legs a little bit. I just color the bottom as well. So you can see there, the top. So once you get the hang of it, they're pretty quick to tie. They're kind of a mix between the super realistic patterns and a little bit of imitative. You're getting the same profile, size, shape as the nymph you're trying to imitate. You get a little bit of movement with the hare's ear in the tail section there, simulating the gills. You've got the tail for the mayfly, the three filaments, I guess you could say, coming back from the tail. Super buggy. Get a little bit of movement with the legs in the water. Quick tie, very cool pattern. It's been getting a lot of interest on Facebook groups and some of the places I've posted it. But there's a lot of different colors of these materials, so this is a pattern that simulates the insect life in my area. A lot of darker, somewhat big 6, 8, 10 size nymphs. So I know this will be deadly and I can't wait to get out and test it. So I'd hope you give it a try. Try some of these Hemingway's materials. They're very nice, easy to work with, and good luck on the water. Tight lines.